All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to do something really fun. We are going to step directly into the shoes of an early digital pioneer to trace YouTube's wild evolution from this chaotic, scrappy little startup into the billion-dollar global ecosystem we know today. If you've ever watched a single clip online, well, this journey directly impacts you. So, I want you to imagine yourself as a creator riding this unbelievable wave from day one. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's time travel for a second. Imagine it's 2005. You're logging onto a clunky, super slow internet connection. Do you remember the very first clip that completely blew your mind? Was it a grainy video of someone falling over? Maybe a weird little animation? You see, back then, online video was practically non-existent. The technological barriers were just way too high. Sending large video files was incredibly expensive, the formats were an absolute mess, and downloading, it took forever.
The leap from then to right now is just staggering. Throughout this explainer, we're going to constantly compare that Wild West, really low-stakes era of early internet video with the hyper-professionalized landscape we see today. Back in 2005, being a creator basically meant you had a cheap webcam, absolutely zero budget, and a fun little hobby. But today, top creators are running massive production companies with million-dollar budgets. So how on earth did we get from point A to point B?
It is honestly crazy to think about, but this massive platform actually started out as a failed video dating site? No, seriously, you heard that right. 3 former PayPal employees, Steve, Chad, and Jod, built a site where people could upload videos to rate each other. They even registered the domain on Valentine's Day 2005. Their original slogan, Tune in, hook up. But there was a major problem. It was a complete ghost town. They literally tried paying women $20 on Craigslist just to upload videos of themselves, and it still completely flopped.
But you know, sometimes failure is exactly the catalyst you need. When the dating angle crashed and burned, you and a bunch of other everyday users just started using the site to store whatever random homemade clips were lying around on your computer's SD cards. We're talking snowboarding fails, cat videos, random backflips, or just a guy standing in front of some elephants at the zoo. It accidentally became this digital dumping ground. And the founders? They noticed this organic behavior and made the absolute genius decision to just lean into it, pivoting into a generic video hosting database.
But here's the thing, a digital dumping ground needs the right infrastructure if it's going to become a revolution, right? The secret technological weapon that made your early, clunky uploads possible was the brilliant decision to use the free Flash Player plugin. Before this, you'd have to wrestle with dozens of weird file formats and agonizingly slow download times. But Flash? It automatically compressed your files into a single format and streamed them instantly in small chunks, completely for free. You didn't have to download anything anymore. You just sent a link. And that friction-free experience, it changed literally everything.
And that simple, shareable link is exactly what sparked the fire. Back in those days, if you accidentally captured a hilarious moment on camera, users would grab your YouTube link and post it over on MySpace, which was the absolute king of social networks at the time. That kicked off this massive snowball effect of early viral culture. Suddenly, videos like David After Dentist, Evolution of Dance, and Charlie Bit My Finger were spreading across the internet like absolute wildfire, driving millions of viewers right back to the platform.
But wait, behind the scenes, there was a massive crisis brewing. For the founders, your huge influx of viral video uploads turned their original $129 monthly server beach bill into an absolute financial nightmare. What started as this fun, unlimited bargain rapidly evaporated as server costs went completely through the roof. Suddenly, they were being charged thousands of dollars to their personal credit cards every single month with absolutely zero plan on how to actually make money. The weight of their own success was quite literally about to crush them.
Just as bankruptcy was looming over this fun new internet hobby, a stroke of pure, incredible luck saved the day. One of the founders had helped a former colleague upload his honeymoon videos. Well, that colleague just so happened to work for Sequoia Capital, and they were so blown away by the platform's potential that they injected $3.5 million into the company. This massive venture capital injection saved the site, letting them hire a real team, rent a tiny, somewhat rat-infested office, and most importantly, keep your precious videos online.
So as an early creator, you suddenly hit 3 rapid-fire milestones that fundamentally shifted your entire experience. First, in late 2005, the subscribe button launched, meaning you weren't just shouting into the void anymore. You were actually building a loyal audience. Then, just months later in 2006, Google swoops in and acquires this chaotic, lawsuit-riddled startup for a staggering $1.65 billion. That single move gave the platform the massive technological infrastructure and the legal armor it desperately needed to survive long-term.
But the true paradigm shift, the exact moment everything changed for you, that happened in 2007 with the birth of the YouTube Partner Program. They announced a 55-45 ad revenue split, meaning 55% of the ad revenue went directly to you, the creator, while the platform kept 45%. Suddenly, you weren't just hosting videos for free anymore, you were literally getting paid for your hobby.
This immediate financial incentive kicked off a golden age of creativity, turning what most people considered kind of weird into a highly sought-after, legitimate career path.
And think about the true power of that shift. It was about absolute freedom. For the first time in media history, you didn't need anyone's permission. Want to make a short film? You don't need a Hollywood producer. Want to release an original song? Forget the record label executives. You could broadcast your comedy, your daily vlog, or your video game commentary to the entire globe and actually make a living doing it. Every single traditional gatekeeper was completely and entirely removed from the equation.
However, as this ecosystem exploded into a massive business, the platform had to carefully balance what they call the three-legged stool. You've got the viewers who just want engaging, diverse entertainment. You've got the creators, that's you, who want reach, creative freedom, and revenue. And then you have the advertisers, the ones actually funding the whole shebang, who absolutely demand brand safety. Now, keeping all three of these groups perfectly happy at the exact same time, it's practically impossible. And that delicate balance was definitely bound to be tested. And tested it was. This fragile balance completely shattered during an event known as the Adpocalypse. This was a genuinely dark era. It was a period where major brands fled the platform in droves because of unmoderated content, causing a massive platform-wide drop in creator revenue. The platform was forced into total panic mode as their primary source of income, the advertising dollars that literally kept the servers running and paid your bills, disappeared seemingly overnight.
So what actually caused this mass exodus? Well, mainstream brands like AT&T and Verizon got majorly spooked when journalists pointed out their ads were running right next to highly controversial, unmoderated uploads, including extremist content. Compounding all of this was Elsagate, which were these bizarre, nightmarish videos specifically targeting kids, alongside some highly controversial stunts by top creators, like that infamous 2017 Japan forest vlog. Advertisers basically looked at all this and lost all faith that their brands were in a safe environment.
So, to survive and win those advertisers back, the platform reacted aggressively. They deployed these massive, algorithmic blanket sweeps. Now, this did save the advertisers, but honestly, it was a really blunt instrument. It blindly demonetized thousands of completely innocent creators without a single warning. Videos that broke absolutely zero rules were suddenly flagged, leaving tons of hardworking creators unable to pay their bills, support their teams, or feed their families. The trust between the platform and its creators took a massive, massive hit.
But here's the crazy part. The platform didn't just survive those dark times, they actually aggressively expanded their dominance. They went to war on multiple fronts. They launched shorts to battle the meteoric rise of TikTok. They poured money into live streaming to take on Twitch. They even started dominating the living room TV screen to compete directly with Netflix. And for you, the modern creator, this meant you had to constantly adapt to short form, long form, and live formats just to keep up with the ever-changing algorithm.
So, looking around today, the game is completely unrecognizable from those 2005 webcam days. Becoming a creator shifted from being this quirky, kind of weird internet hobby to arguably the most desired job in the entire world. To compete at the very top now, creators aren't just filming in their messy bedrooms. They are running full-scale, massive production companies. We're talking about huge teams recreating entire game shows in real life and building standalone brands valued in the millions of dollars.
And the reason the stakes are so incredibly high today? It all comes down to this staggering number, 2.5 billion. You are no longer just uploading videos to a small niche community of tech nerds. You are actively competing for the attention of 2.5 billion active users on the second most visited website on planet Earth. The sheer scale of the audience and the financial upside that comes with it is truly mind-boggling when you compare it to those early days of ghost town dating profiles.
Which brings us to a pretty massive question to wrap up this explainer. As we look back at this monumental journey, going from a simple, grainy vlog in front of some zoo elephants all the way to Hollywood-level mega productions, we really have to ask ourselves, has the platform lost its original homemade soul in the endless pursuit of corporate advertising dollars? Or has it simply evolved into exactly what it was always meant to become, the ultimate, boundless stage for human creativity? I'm going to leave that for you to decide. Thanks so much for joining me today, and as always, keep learning.